pain in the ass to try to get sleep. But, over 63 years, I've learned to adapt. Geez, how long do you have it? And I said, I have absolutely no idea. As long as I can remember. So Debbie sends me up this stuff, this homeopathic stuff for ear ringing for tinnitus.
Gluten.
You got to put it in your ears. And I go, all right, how the hell do you put it in both your ears?
It's not like a glove.
Okay, you put it in this ear, you hold your head down.
Oh.
You straighten your head up, you put it in this ear, it falls out of this ear. It's like an Abbott and Costello skit.
If you go like this and go like that, then yours would probably just go all the way through.
Oh, funny. When's the last time you had a black eye?
When's the last
About 3 minutes from now.
When's the last time I had a hammer?
Yeah. A whole long list of bad drivers and carpenters. God for this one. Yes, we got one.
I thought you literally were going to say then you went to go see a doctor to get some tinnitus.
Not yet.
Thing.
Not yet.
To hear the side effects on that one. Because those are the best commercials in the world.
No.
The
You got to
30-second commercials with 15 seconds of side effects.
You got to see this direction thing. They've got stuff written on the box. I mean, I can still read without glasses, but this is so friggin' small. And I'm sitting there straining to read this, and I'm going, I do have a pair of those 150 readers, but wasn't that worried about it. And as I took it out of the box, I noticed it's written all inside the box, too. And I'm talking to Debbie on the phone. She goes, it's written on the inside of the box?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And I said, why couldn't they have just wrote it on a piece of paper, stuffed it in the box like everybody else does? These people actually designed a box to write the directions inside the box.
Yeah, well then it's a lot harder to read it.
What corner do you cut?
You're already cutting the corner because you didn't go to the doctor. Now,
it hasn't bothered me. So she goes, yeah, just try this. It's supposed to be homeopathic. And I go, so what's that mean? It's supposed to be healthier? There's a bunch of fruits and nuts, hippies eating shit, and they call it good for you. It's got something in it. I don't care if they grind it out of vegetables and nuts and shit out in Mojave Desert. Every pill in the world is made out of something. Peyote buttons.
That would work.
Yeah.
I love the side effects. It's like Trizolbad. It's created. They found it in pond scum right downstream from Hanford Reservation. Yeah. If you have occasional headaches, this will work 50% as well as regular aspirin.
They had
Yeah.
And it only causes cancer in the pancreas, gallbladder, stomach, heart, liver, and brain. And breast. So
done. Doctor told me one time, he said to
if you're nursing,
I forget what it was. It was something, but he says you can buy that over the counter. I said, no. I said, so you don't want to write me a prescription? He goes, no, you can buy it over the counter. Just double up the dosage. So I'm at the store. Very rarely do I ever read the back of anything. Anything.
And tramp stamps.
So I'm reading the back of this package.
Stared at that fucker for an hour and a half getting my coffee.
Couldn't take my eyes off her ass. And it says,
check her for ticks.
May cause oily discharge from the anus.
Did you have to look up what an anus is?
No, I put that shit down and I'm going,
He's been calling that his whole life.
I'm not going to eat that. I don't want to do an oil change in my underwear, for Christ's sake. Have an oily discharge from your anus. From taking, I don't know what the hell it was.
I'll take the headache.
Yeah, I mean, the side effects, they got that one that they advertise, Brio for asthma.
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah.
It's got the puzzle piece in the corner or some shit like that.
And they go through all this thing and they say, if you have asthma, this may cause death. And I go, what the fuck? You're advertising this for asthma.
And don't take Brio if you're allergic to Brio.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I know.
Tell your doctor if you've ever had a heart transplant. Wait, my doctor knows that.
This is the only country. There's like 2 countries. I think it's here in Australia or something like that. It's the only place where you can advertise medication like that, and it works. The reason why you see a freaking medication commercial on every single episode of
because they're sick and tired of their malpractice insurance going through the roof.
The Pfizer puts
for bad diagnoses.
Yeah. Well,
they get pushed by drug companies to pound these drugs down your throat. And if there's going to be an adverse effect,
it's got to the point where
it ain't on me. I
doctors don't even know what they're prescribing sometimes. Because the customer goes in there and says, I had this and this, and the commercial said I need to try out Brio. And he goes, well, fuck it. Try out Brio. Let's find out what it goes.
No, my doctor actually said, well, this is insurance. A lot of this is insurance driven. Because I would take...
Best commercials in the world, too.
Symbicort. And my doctor says, well, no, they want to put you on that Brio. And I said, fuck you. I can talk about Dr. Josh. I can say anything to Dr. Josh. And he goes, why don't you want to take it? And I said, have you seen the fucking commercials? If you have asthma, this may kill you. No, I don't want to change. I don't give a shit what that cheap-ass insurance company says. I ain't taking that crap. And he goes, well, I'll keep writing it for this, and we'll just see what happens. And I said, no, I ain't taking a puff of that bullshit. If they come out and say Symbicort kills you, well, you're rethinking that one too, but for the time being.
I think it's Humira or something like that, and they have commercials like every show, but one will be for that fibromyalgia, and the next commercial will be the same drug for something else, and the next commercial will be that Humira is like aspirin. Works for everything.
The wonder drug. The wonder drug.
Yeah.
I got 3 doses.
I didn't know I had all these pains and shit until people started telling me about them. I thought this was normal.
Well, like they said, Dale, you're a pain in the ass, and then you're like, well, my ass hurts.
Of course I am.
Why wouldn't I be? I know. It's like when you got something that hurts, like a nagging injury, like an elbow or a knee or something like that, and then you have it for so long. And then one day you realize that you don't have it, and you're thinking, when did that go away? It's like, I hurt for so long.
I went to the doctor,
now something else hurts.
and I told the doctor, I said, my knees are killing me. Yeah, he says, they got to last a little bit longer. So he does x-rays, and he goes, well, they're aligned very well. And he goes, when did you break your kneecap? And I go, I broke my fucking kneecap? Yeah, right there. Recently. And I go, well, that's why that hurts.
When did you quit drinking?
But he found out, and I said, no, there's something else going on here. So I said, I need an MRI. And he goes, all right, we'll do an MRI. And then they found out, I had a nurse I was fucking. I was putting my clothes back on, and I bent down to grab my pants, and my knee locked and popped. And she goes, torn meniscus. And I go, really?
No, it's Minnick.
And she goes, yeah, that's what that is. She says, don't get it fixed and say you can't take the pain. And I go, really? And I had to take a temporary cast off her to do her that night. She had just had it done. She'd have ripped one. She had ripped one of the ACL, and yeah. Anyway, but.
Expert advice is.
Oh yeah, she was a nurse, an RN. Get some of my best doctoring out of girls. But anyway, so anyway, they go in there and they do the meniscus, and the doctor, when I was coming back out, said the reason it had caused you pain, you did this a long time ago, originally tore it. But what it did is it had folded. And that's why you were experiencing this real sharp pain recently. And I go, ow. He goes, it's all taken care of, don't worry about it. I said, okay. Good to know. But a lot of people go in there and get torn meniscus fixed. And then it tears again, you fix it again. Tears, fix it again. Next thing you know, you don't have any cartilage between your knee and your bone to bone. So that's what Lisa was trying to say is, don't keep... Brad did that, and he ended up bone to bone on one knee. So
don't fix it unless it's too painful.
Unless the pain is... It's dire pain.
Take the pop. Just keep popping your knees.
Well, I would stand... you could feel it lock, and then when you stand up and straighten your knee, it just pops and it moves. That's when it really gets bad.
Then you need to take aspirin.
I take aspirin every day, Drew. I don't like to take prescriptions. I like to take supplements. But I always take aspirin. It's a wonder drug. I heard every fucking day, so aspirin, ibuprofen, it's a part of my regimen.
Jody always hates it because I call Tylenol aspirin. It hasn't had aspirin in it ever. But
no, you used to be able to buy Tylenol with aspirin.
Yeah.
But that's going. That's dating my ass.
That's what I'm always like.
I think you still can. It's Excedrin. It has aspirin and Tylenol.
Oh, does it?
Acetaminophen.
Yeah, that shit works out great on a headache. Let me tell you.
I love Excedrin. When it was off the market for a year or whatever, I was hating life.
No.
Because I drink.
We went to a wrestling tournament in Utah, and you're speaking of like, there's no Excedrin here.
Yeah.
We drove there in the motorhome, and we come down from Idaho. You're like in the mountains, and you come down into like the Salt Lake area at Ogden, and take the. This is before GPS, but I had like it mapped out what exit I needed to take, and the KOA that we were staying at was by Brigham City, which is like 10 miles from Ogden, where the tournament was. And we pull off the freeway to go into the AM/PM. I go into AM/PM. I walk to the back. I grab the door where the beer is because I'm totally ready. It's like 95 degrees, and the door's locked.
Utah.
And I'm thinking, this is Utah. I go up to the counter and I said, please tell me I don't have to go back to Idaho to get a beer. And she laughs and she says, no, just go out to the light, take a right. The next AM/PM is outside of Brigham City, and you can get beer.
You know? They actually made a fucking movie about that. Kids that would make runs to the border to get alcohol. You've probably seen it.
I probably haven't.
You just got Netflix.
Did you watch TV in the 90s?
Yes. Not movies. I don't have an attention span that long, I don't think.
I've slept through a lot of.
I've seen all the drink. Godfathers and all the Star Wars, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've seen you drink. Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
We went to.
But anyway, so it was a game that he played. They would go to the border to get the booze. The sheriff would wait for him to come back and pull him over. Anyway, go on. Utah.
Was Smoking the Bandit? Was that the movie?
I had a buddy that
you some bitch
worked for Fred Meyers. Him and his wife worked in the jewelry department. They got transferred to Ogden, and Don is a drinker. Well, Jan's a drinker too. And Don goes, well, he didn't know anything about Utah at that point. He goes, that is fucking hell. He said they had bars where you bring your own booze and you order your mixer. He goes, oh, it's fucked up. You can't order a double. You can't have two drinks sitting in front of you at the same time. And he goes, you can't. He said, don't get me started on the whole Sunday thing. And he goes, I'm talking about Monday through Friday here. He goes, had to get out of there. Both him and Jim. Well, of course, they were both drinkers, but yeah, he goes, 2 years in Utah.
Well, I think it's only like from like the Salt Lake City area. I think it's only like an hour to Nevada if you go that way, and an hour to Idaho if you go that way. So,
yeah.
You don't have to worry about traffic because no one's going to Utah.
Yeah.